Warm welcome to Yarnchix Podcast, episode 73, recording in my studio. I'm so happy. I wanted to change it up a little bit for 2026 and hadn't managed to record the kind of final podcast of the year, especially to wrap up Magic 3 Mile craft along I host here with our community, making 3 things for younger people in our lives. Anyway, now I decided I'm gonna just record here and work out how that is. I've had like a couple of hours in the studio already, folding more zines, as you might have seen on Vlogmas. I often come here folding zines, making stuff, and I'm just trying this out. Welcome to my little corner of YouTube. If you have never been here and just recently found me, I hope you're well and I hope you like what I craft. I love using scraps and what I already have. So a very stash oriented place. However, I do have quite a lot. And we just finished the swap. The last person would have unwrapped their New Year's Eve countdown for Stashvent. It's a swap where we personalize a countdown calendar for friends, or like a swappee for someone that we're sending to. We're personalizing from our stash. So we have their questionnaire with all their kind of quirks and things they like and people they might find aspiring, a pattern they might have chosen, a color they like, and then we craft from our stash for them. So obviously it's not like you give a wish list and then people send you exactly what you wish for. It's kind of like a creative process. So you will always end up finding things and working with things you have not worked with before. So it's very experimental. I made the Fest West from my Stashvent 2023. I love it. This is Fonty made me this Stashvent calendar. I added this Keatsgan color, like a Christmas colorway. Nora had died, and you know, you kind of work creatively, and luckily Francie had included this kind of red so I could actually finish the project. One of the last colors was the same red that I had gotten in the beginning, so the ribbing was possible, which is, you know, we surprise our swappies in those ways. Anyway, that was a kind of longish intro. I'm gonna make a tea. I hope you also have a bevy and a little project you're crafting on, or a big project you're crafting on, and let's say around 45-50 minutes to spare, where I will chat about projects that have happened and community stuff. I hope you have a moment to sit with me today. I have got my cup of tea. I made a little chai and all my projects here that I wanted to chat about, and obviously I made a little list just to remind me so I don't get confused like halfway through. Well, I will get sidetracked, but first of all, thank you so much to all the swappies of Stashvent. It has been a really great December because of the swap and the connections, and I loved seeing your little stories, your reels, your posts, and yeah, it was really nice. I tried to reshare everything you guys shared because I kind of love the excitement of unwrapping, and also shared some of my own stuff. Look, I have this bag full of goodies. Marisa was really generous with me. I have had so many cool colors and I have started a project. So let's start with kind of Stashvent's craftings. Bag full of goodies. So a lot of what Marisa sent me is actually her amazing Abinaya yarn, which I love. Look at these scrumptious woolly textures and colors. So this would be the worsted weight, and this is the sport weight. So I had quite a lot of different yarn weights of Abinaya, and Marisa dyes with plants, which is so amazing. I really appreciate all the gorgeous colors that you created and sent me, and it's literally a bag of woolly treats for me. I'm just popping it on the table behind the camera, and I promise you I'm so happy with these. I will definitely film them in a minute. And what I've made is these different houses. Well, I've started making them. I haven't got so many actually. I've kind of halted and got sidetracked with a lot of Christmas projects and like a Christmas emergency in the family, which everything seems to be going well. Everything has calmed down, but yeah, I have, I think, 6 of these houses. 3 of them have the sky, and the other 3 or 4 that I have are like just the house. But it's the Safe at Home blanket pattern by Margaret Holtzman. I think it's the Knitwit. I'm gonna put all the information down here. I absolutely enjoy making them, but I'm like, will I make a vest from this? I'm not sure. So at the moment I've halted, and I think I'm gonna make a pillow. So that's a decision I have made because I love the colors that Marisa sent me, and I'm thinking maybe I should be making like a color work, all over color work sweater or vest from it, instead of something that comes in pieces that I have to sew together, which will, people might remember like Stashvent 2023, I think that was not completed, which is the same project from that Stashvent, and I want to make a shawl and then raffle that off. So I think I should get to that, complete the scarf that I have, like, I'm almost there, you know, literally it's just the sewing together. And if that's such a hold up for a project from like 2 years ago, is it so good to do the whole thing over again? I'm trying to learn from my own kind of hold-ups, whip struggles, and the kind of rocks that I'm putting into my own path of these kind of completion things. So I'm gonna make a pillow from the houses I have, I think, and then use these gorgeous colors and come up with a whole project. If any of the Stashvent swappies are interested in crafting along, in previous years we've kind of kept each other in the mix with this hashtag Stashvent Cal, with a C, because we sometimes crochet, so it's a craft along for Stashvent projects. And just feel free to like tag your projects that you're making from these yarns with it. I will definitely do that and keep you posted about that. So thank you so much for swapping there, and I hope you've all stash dived and experienced your own treats and maybe found treats to add to what a person has sent you, and in general that you enjoy these colors. I have lots of ideas and lots of dreams of things that I might start with what I have, and I'm extra grateful for Marisa and all my kind of international crews. I put a bookmark here because I wanted to show you, you know, I'm an analog girl. This is me in November, like working out all the kind of Iberian friends, here the American friends, and the UK friends. And I hope everyone was kind of excited and kept feeling inspired by the community. I definitely feel extremely inspired, which you will see a bit later on. Again, how this inspiration flows. Thank you, Stashvent. You're good to us. Okay, without further ado, my finished objects. I have two thereof, and there is another huge gratitude moment towards the lovely community here. I'm so grateful to my friends who helped me out with this one. So I might pop that on in a minute, but for now, let's hold it up. Esther Cardigan. I think I'm gonna put it on. It even fits over my my first bed. So Esther Cardigan was like a super cool like October project, and to be honest, I actually vlogged about it. So I was recording quite a lot about my project, and I never managed to join Vlogtober. There was stuff going on why it didn't happen, but I will edit and share them this January for my lovely patrons, because, you know, the footage is there, why not? Vlogmas kind of halted, and this project halted. I had run out of the Mota yarn, which is one of the two threads I used here. I used Laurasknitstrick, which was a stash share gift from my former colleague Hannah, who had given me 2.5 balls of Laurasknitstrick in the Niebla colorway, which is like a grayish beige. And then I had in stash this kind of Murke Elena in mother dyed, and some of it was really lightly mother dyed, so this almost looks cream, and some of it was much darker, so you can maybe tell down here on the sleeve. And then I ran out, which is kind of the usual thing of like stash yarn projects, and I ran out of Murke, which is out of production. The drama. My friend Zabela here, local to me, fellow Stashvent, fun, scrap-tastic knitter, was like, we gotta reach out. I'm gonna put it in my stories. And I was like, yeah, I should be reaching out. I know there's some people, I know it doesn't exist anymore, as in I can't go to a shop or order it online. But I think some of my friends have some of this Murke Elena. And yes, I had friends with it, and friends sent me it. First of all, Katharina, who's not so far, thank you so much, at Weidenkinder, you were such a savior, sent me some cream colored so I could continue on the sleeves, which was perfect. And then some arrived from the Netherlands. Rosmarine sent me a Suzanne, yeah, sent me it from the Netherlands. And then last but not least, Marijke sent it also from the Netherlands, including some really nice Christmassy treats for my kids. And it was just so kind of everyone to look at their stash. Geraldine was about to frog her shawl, and I was like, no, stop. I think someone has offered me a whole skein, so you do not need to frog your project. But Geraldine has frogged it and will restart knit this cool yarn into something else. So I think, it's like Mota magic and community magic. So I'm super grateful. This Esther Cardigan wouldn't exist without the help of Suzanne, Mareike, and Katharina, and lucky me, I ended up. Oh, and I must say, Josh as well. Josh had actually given me the first 2.5 skeins of the Muka Elena that I'd started up the project with, which was like deep stash in my stash as a present from Josh, and I hadn't decided what to do. Then this came along and I used it and then ran out. And so it's lots of people. Hannah with La Rinconada, Josh with Muka, Katharina with Muka, Suzanne with Muka, and Mareike with Muka all like helped me out in this. I ended up only having to buy 3 more skeins of the La Rinconada. So La Rinconada is like 100-gram skein, kind of thickish decay, let's say worsted weight from Wooldtreamers. I absolutely love it. My child tried this on and has requested her own. I'm in like Knitter Mama heaven. So Magic 3 Mile 2026 is already planned. It will be a cream colored version of this. Esther Cardigan is a pattern by Petiteknit, and I hardly ever knit and chat about Meta's designs here on this podcast. It is a deliberate choice because so many podcasts are actually like cream colored, beige, Petiteknit dedicated spaces. However, we have these paper patterns in our work, and I bought the paper pattern there because I wanted like an offline October project. So it kind of happened. I do not agree with some of the like issues we had with calling her out about size inclusivity, and I do not really enjoy all the kind of bland color schemes there. But I have knitted this, and it was such a lovely community story that I wanted to share it. To be honest, this texture, the Esther texture, is so much fun. So I'm looking for more independent designers and textured cabled designs, and I will try and actually knit it in a colorful version. I did enjoy this kind of Muka touch of peach and touch of madder that I added. I mean, maybe in the distance you think I'm wearing a beige one, but it has a sunset effect. It is madder. And I did not mention, last thing to mention here, that I knitted this as part of the Fish Girl Fall Make Along, which was hosted by Ashley and Casey, who I think are in Canada and America. I don't know, but it was very, it was a really lovely craft along. I loved seeing lots of different projects. Didn't really connect to people, like found it quite hard to like get into conversations there, but I was super inspired by everyone's makes, loved seeing it, and I loved seeing Colleen's stuff, who also joined the Stashvent swap. I loved seeing Colleen's little reels. They were so sweet. Yeah, check out Colleen's plays, who also had donated like a prize, I think, to the Fish Girl Fall Make Along, that obviously I was like keen to win something that Colleen has dyed, because she has a really nice like hand dye business in the US. All right, and the second finished item, which I also shared and wore together with this cardigan, because I think it's kind of a floral fitting fish girl thing, because you know, fish girls play. It's a Garland bonnet, my own design, where you use different scraps for these granny squares, and then create like a shape from it. It's pretty simple, 4 shapes, and then down here, that's why I called it the Garland bonnet, you have kind of a row of smaller squares. And I ended up not liking crochet ribbon, so it's a hybrid. It's this double knit big bow holding a fluffy yarn like a silk mohair, but I used midnight sol. It's from Camaros, like an alpaca fluff, held double for the knitting and single for the crochet. And I'm working on the pattern for my zine. It's like so close. I will hopefully publish it at the end of January as part of my Blume zine. I have a zine. It's a knitting stories zine called Yarnchix zine, and number 14 is called Blume, which is flower. My great grandma was a flower lover. Tabs is a flower lover, and Mimi is a flower lover. So it's like a dedicated floral space. So yeah, I've designed something. I'm not very tech wizardy, so it's gonna be fun in how it's gonna be put together. But yeah, I can also wear this because I made the ribbon so long. And obviously like that, which I love, like having just a really warm neck. So, Garland bonnet coming soon. I wear it a lot, so it's already quite scrunched, but let me hold it up. Okay, that's the 2 finished objects. I'm gonna reshare a Magic 3 Mile finished object before actually talking about our make along and the lovely contributions. Get ready for a carousel of finished object sets. I am so delighted. This was my first patchwork mini quilt, like a toy quilt. I made many moons ago. It's really tiny. On the back, it's got my star sign, which is Pisces, on this recycled jean skirt. I hope I still have offcuts from the skirt. And then, yeah, my friend Lisa, who is Erica Eccles, I'm gonna put her account down here, helped me. She actually sent me this finished and this finished square, and then instructed me bit by bit of how to use it. You might remember from, I think it's zine number 8 or 7, which includes Erica's little pattern of how to hand quilt. This is all hand stitched, like I did this all, no sewing machine, and I love it. It's wonky, it's pretty, it's good. A lot of my cuddly toy collection, all the from Cynthia Bears, they sleep or sit under this. And yeah, it was a beautiful learning curve for me. I still have some of these fabrics, and at that time I was super inspired to start patchwork art like in a bigger space, and 2026 is the year I will pick this up. I have a new colleague called Hilda who is super inspiring with her actually very skilled patchwork quilting craft, and I decided I will actually make a very easy like square, just these kind of squares, but in that size, whatever that is, let's say like a 10-inch square quilt, like a family quilt, a big size quilt. I'm gonna just start that. For the backing, I have some of the linen from our shop because it was or is in the sale, so it's kind of leaving the shop, so I bought some natural colored. Then I have a really big old sheet which is yeah, it's very broken. It was threadbare in pieces, but I want to save that, so I'm gonna make the back also like checkerboard in green and natural. So the front is checkerboard, colorful, very similar color scheme to this. You know, I'm a pastel girly. So I'm excited. Watch this space. I'm gonna start in January and see if I can make this all through the year, and let's see how I get on. But it's like a project that I've been dreaming to do, and I'm finally committing because I have the fabrics. I do not want to buy so much stuff this year. I want to like use what I have and kind of keep in the kind of Stashvent spirit of what is there? What did I dream to make? What is a project I miss out on, like putting my hands through it? I practiced a little bit in the Farm and Folk. I loved that. I just loved watching it, the different sampler quilt kind of squares. But to be honest, that's not my level yet. So I'm going to take a few steps back, make this blanket, practice all the technique, and then I will go into that sampler project. Yeah, because it's super inspiring. I love it. Okay, on the topic of Magic 3 Miles, so we've had 12 finished sets. That is like an all-time minimum, but I'm still excited because, to be honest, what it does is those people who've joined, there's 2 people who did 2 sets, and everyone else made 1 finished set of 3 items. I also made 2 finished sets, but I don't think I've actually shared it as a flat lay. I didn't see it, so apologies for that. But I will now, kind of in a way, to finish up this thing, I will, you know, use the Instagram to promote the Magic 3 Mile. And I'm super excited for those who have taken part. I love seeing what you've crafted, and your sets are so gorgeous. Milena especially wowed me with one of her kind of log cabin projects, and I have picked up my log cabin inspired by Julia project. So the log cabin cal is something that me and Simone, so Julia, fellow friend and fellow crafter, is hosting. In general, I think it's like a continuous project. And yeah, I have picked this up again, and I am looking through my stash to carry on this kind of poppy flower inspired. So it will go really red around the edges. And yeah, I was super inspired to see Milena's dress, and her reel made me so happy to see. So yeah, that is one of the sets that kind of appeared in November as like Magic 3 Mile was wrapping up, and gave me such a big kind of happy reflection. So I reached out to everyone who I knew who was crafting along, and to remind, like, the 1st of December is when we close in Magic 3 Mile 2025, and that, and then there was a couple more posts then. But yeah, look at this sweet list. So it is Hannah, Katrin, Milena, Hannah again, Marisa. Oh, Marisa I think also made 2 sets. Then Kilian Zepino, a new joinee, I'm super happy. Then Laurasknitstrick, who I will show the project, and I was so excited. Her striped vest kids pattern was a new release this year, and it featured in 3 of our Magic 3 Mile sets. Out of 12 sets, that's like a quarter of the sets featured this project. I will pick it up in a minute. Then yeah, Laura of Under Eagle Mountains, this podcast I love, and I'm like super hoping like the healing of your hand and arm goes super well. I'm so amazed by your sewing, especially your quilting and patchwork sewing is so inspiring to me. I want to learn and practice, and yeah, I love watching your podcast. I'm loving it. And then Anna Laura also joined. So we're like a smallish group of, let's see how many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and me 9. So 9 of us have crafted. I think many more crafted, but might not have finished. I know Xenia and Fran were both also working on like me sets and me mama sets. They always take a little bit longer. And who knows, maybe we'll finish them in 2026. So I'm very excited to, let me grab, use random number generator. I'm gonna press generate. Set 11. Set 11 is the 2025 Magic 3 Mile overall prize winner. And I think in the last podcast I shared a lot of the prizes. It's Laurie has a yellow van. Anna Laura, congratulations! I'm super happy for you. I'm gonna actually pull up your picture to share your winning Magic 3 Mile 2025 set. Here it is, Anna Laura's winning set. It is Balaclava, made by me, number 13. Utu by Ronya Kaleto. Oh, so that's the colorwork sweater. And Jeremy Fisher by Dot Pebbles Knit. So like a little frog. So yeah, I'm super excited. What a lovely set. I had also contributed this second set, which was a lobster bow scarf, headband, and Arthur scarf, I guess. Yeah. Congratulations, Anna Laura. I have some works in progress that I want to share, and then at the end, I think I was going to keep lots of swatch stories, but I've chatted quite a lot. I might save them for next time. Okay, works in progress. Let's get the big bag. Here is the big bag of works in progress. So first of all, and mainly why I'm podcasting today, so I can continue working on this. This is Autumn Sweater, a brand new release from Ozetta. And I am using Mota in the colorway 757, the super red, relatively new Mota color. Wooldtreamers. So this is La Rinconada Wooldtreamers and this is Mota Wooldtreamers. Very similar worsted weight gauge. Has this kind of shoulder detail, which I think it looks kind of neat on the back. So this kind of contiguous style where the shoulder starts at the back, similar to here. You have this line at the back and then the shoulder comes over forward. And yeah, I've knitted 2 balls of Mota so far. I've bought 5 balls. I'm not sure if it will be enough because it has quite a tall neckline and folded over. Obviously kind of boxy drop shoulder sleeves. It's a relatively long sweater. Hopefully it will be enough. So what I'm going to do next, and that is why I wanted to record this podcast so I can show you the status, I will pick up the sleeves and knit the sleeves and finish the sleeves. Something I've learned from Mel of Big Little Yarn Co. or Cozy Cardigan podcast is finish the sleeves first and then you have all the yarn to like go for it to finish. And if I have to buy a new ball from a different dye lot, I'll keep that for all the ribbing and the neckline so that it's kind of not so confusing, as in not visually confusing that I'm using another dye lot. absolutely love the color. Christmas Eve cast on, and it's the 3rd of January, so going strong here on the autumn sweater. And the second project, Pelica vest. Still, as I shared in my Vlogmas little project check-in at that point. And fact about me is I am more likely to cast on a whole new sweater than doing a funny thing of like half the stitches, I-cord, pick up the stitches. It's a bit of a project love stopper, this part of the Pelica vest, but I will do it. I will, especially because I'm using this really gorgeous Fonty Fado, and I love the yarn. Beige is not really my thing, so I will be adding these gorgeous Ulrika Lea Moorman buttons. So they, oof. Oh yeah, I have to say, these buttons, they were a treat from Knopf und Schnelle, a local yarn shop, button shop. In Berlin we have 2 specific button shops, and I know that in cities like Lisbon you have button shops. I went to quite a few when I was visiting there, but in Berlin we have 2, which is already amazing. And then I'm a bit of a button lady. I treated myself to these for early December. Okay, so that's those whips and the safe at home blanket. I've already shown that I wanted to do that as my, like a little pillow project. So I hope that I can share more about these projects in the next podcast. So maybe 1 or 2 will be finished up shit. So as I'm dreaming to pick up the log cabin sweater, I have stash dived, and I'm super inspired by Sabela, who used her Stashvent 2025 to make the axis slip over, a new design by Petiteknit. So what I did was I stash dived, and I found, like, these are like my smallest leftovers from Stashvent past, or treats like this. I think this is this is not actually the smallest Stashvent leftover, but look at this little treat somebody sent me. I think it's from Janine Kamine. Oh God, I found this from Zara. Oh, and this from my last Fest Vest. The main color from the last Fest Vest. Anyway, I picked up this, then I have this, and yeah, like a bag of lovely leftovers. And I want to also maybe swatch first for the axis slip over, because I know it's kind of knit across, and I wouldn't want to wear it as tight as it works, so I want to do it oversized and loose fitting, so a bit more cropped maybe as well. So that is another idea for like Stashvent leftover bags like this. And yeah, keep you posted for like a scraptastic Sabela inspired cast on. That was gonna be my swatch story, but I haven't swatched with those yarns completely. This is like, they were too thin to just hold them, so I was kind of holding them with fluffy yarns as well. And yeah, in the end I did share a swatch story. So this is my swatch story of kind of color combining darker colors, browns, and these kind of purples and pinks. That is kind of my axis dream. And will there be more bows? I have a drink here just in order to say cheers to you guys. Here is to a bow-tastic 2026. We will stay hydrated. We will create bows wherever we go. And, or at least me, I'm talking about myself in like a multiplication of self moment. I hope you're into bows for me, and if not, I'm sorry. There will be lots. Got to show you one last thing. I have two things that I wear with bows. This is a brand new present from my friend Zara. I didn't knit it, but Zara knitted it. And I can't believe I'm so lucky. I love this red bow. This was a present from Zara. Thank you so much. This is Ellie Bonnet by Leah, who's Kiss Kiss Rhinestone. And Zara also made me this chicken bag. Together, it's like my perfect me at the moment. Like it came at the perfect time in my world. So thank you, Zara. And then another bow that I wear quite a lot, because it's the bow-tastic 2026, is a present Nora knitted me, and I wear it a lot in a bow. So for me and my bows, here is to a 2026 full of bow-tasticness. You gotta make the fun where the fun feels right for you, and the bows at the moment is they feel perfect for me. Have you found something that is kind of giving you the silly, happy things? I hope so. And I hope we all have something to celebrate and look forward to, like bow-tastic 2026 for me, Mimi. Last but not least, it's the Tarot Oracle. I'm going to check if anyone has had a question. If not, it will just be an open 2026 for you and for me bow-tasticness question. I thank you so much for joining me today. And yeah, I hope you're well. I hope you're finding the thing that makes you smile through your craft. See you later. Forgot I wanted to hold this up. I used Juliet and Mota and these really cool secondhand buttons.